gaskiya ga the place is shut up. I don't
Please, let's stand, please, and sit down, please. Let everyone find a seat and sit down, please. Please. I got
Your Excellency.
Please. Please, we are calling the correction to order. The media, please. Can we have some quiet?
Live?
Please give way. Please, can we take our seats, please? Aides of dignitaries and cameramen, please, you either go down or you move to the back. Aides of dignitaries, please find your seats before we start.
Mr. Ramada.
Open up the way, please. Open up the way, please. Wait, please, please, please.
I know. You don't need to tell me. You cannot be using this as a real.
Please, can the aides of the dignitaries find a place, not on the aisle, please. Either move to the back or to the side walls. The aides of governors, aides of dignitaries, please, we are calling the session to order. Can we have the national anthem, please? National anthem. Thank you very much. Now, the opening prayers, can we call on Senator Bello Yusuf Shettima to have the opening prayers for us.
You don't want to talk to us.
Put it from down. Cameramen, please, when you set your cameras, just go down so that. Please, security men and aides of dignitaries, can you find your seats or at least move to the side walls, please? Pressmen, please set your cameras and sit down. Sorry. Pressmen, please cooperate. Pressmen, please cooperate. Please.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is a special prayer for our party, the APC, and our presidential candidates, and all the candidates in the APC. I pray in the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful, our sustainer, our benefactor, our nourisher, who gives power to whom he wants and take power from whom he wants to take it away. And I pray that there will be a handover of the ruling of Nigeria from APC to APC, from Muhammadu Buhari to Chief Bola, Tinubu. And this is easy for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammadin kama sallaita ala Ibrahima wa ala ali Ibrahima innaka Hamidum Majid. Wa barik ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammadin kama barakta ala Ibrahima wa ala ali Ibrahima innaka Hamidum Majid. La ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu minaz zalimin. Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakeel. Innama sanaduru wa anta arhamar rahimina. Wa babtu amri ila Allah. Inna Allah basirun bil ibadi. Ya man zikruhu sharaful zakirin, ya man da'atu najatul badiina, ya man rafa'atu majal alamin wa man la fa'ala shay'un rahmatuka arhamar rahimina. Ya kafi, ya hadi, ya alim, ya razzaku, ya halim, ya sadiq. La hawla wala quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. Ya hayyu ya qayyum, ya da'iman, ya faradun, ya witrun, ya ahadun, ya malikal mulki zul jalali wal ikram. Rahmatuka astaghis wa sallallahu ala khayri halqihi Muhammadin wa alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. اللهم اني اسالك بانك انت الله لا اله الا انت الاحد الصمد الذي لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا احد. اللهم اني اسالك بانك انت الله لا اله الا انت الاحد الصمد الذي لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا احد. اللهم اني اسالك بانك لا اله الا انت الحنان المنان بديع السماوات والارض يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. يا كافي، يا هادي، يا عليم، يا رزاق، يا حليم، يا صادق. يا حي يا قيوم برحمتك أستغيث. يا حي يا قيوم برحمتك أستغيث. يا حي يا قيوم برحمتك أستغيث. لا إله إلا الله الحليم الكريم. سبحان الله رب العرش العظيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. أسألك موجبات رحمتك وعزائم مغفرتك والغنيمة من كل بر والسلامة من كل إثم لا تدعوني ذنبا إلا غفرته ولا هما إلا فرجته ولا حاجة هي لك ردا إلا قضيتها يا أرحم الراحمين. لا إله إلا الله الحليم الكريم. سبحان الله رب العرش العظيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا وأخطأنا. ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا. ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. ربنا ما هلك
Let us pray. I wish I could ask everybody to get up and show their hands like this, because it's very common to all faiths that we look up to. We look up to God, the Creator, for everything. This is a unique gathering. I was just being informed that I will pray in this unique gathering. I will therefore do a unique, not a unique prayer, but a common prayer that we do not often respect. It's in our national anthem, second stanza. Take it and read it. I will read it now and we will echo it. Now, O God of creation, direct our noble cause, guide our leaders right, help our youth the truth to know, in love and honesty to grow, and living just and true. Great lofty heights attain, to build a nation where what? Peace and justice shall reign. We are here reflecting our past leaders who have laid good foundation. Particularly as you look up here, you see a man who devoted himself to this country. Lord, you are seeing us. River Niger and Benue can bail us out. We have destroyed it ourselves. We are asking the Lord to restore it and restore it into a new Nigeria. That the rivers will be useful to you, will be useful to everybody, and it will solve numerous problems for us. My leader, my prayer is this: you will look at Nigeria. God has created it for us, and we will make it work. In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, I am praying. By faith, that is prayer. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellencies. I would like to introduce the dignitaries here. I will not call everybody's name, but I'll call a few. This is put together by 6 northern groups. The leadership is here. The leader of the Arewa Consultative Forum, Chief Adobe, is here. The leader of Northern Elders Forum, Professor Anga Abdullahi, is here. The representative of the chairman of Ahmadu Bello Governing Council, who are the hosts in this place, are here. Barrister Ibrahim Agara. Of course, you are on the same side here with the leader of the Ahmadu Bello Foundation, and also Jamia Matan Arewa, and the ARDB at the end. Then we have elders who are here by their own right. They are either in their late 80s or 90s. Alhaji Bello Kirifi, Waziri Mbauchi, Ambassador Yahaya Kwande, Alhaji Aliko Mohammed, Dr. Sule Hamba, Chief Gabriel Aduku, who gave us the prayer, Chief Anthony Sani, of course a host of others that you have to forgive me, like Santo Silas Maturi, who is the Vice Chairman of ACF, and quite a number of people. Please forgive me if I don't recognize you. There is also on the panel here, the chairman of the panel is Alhaji Manir Jafaru Madakin Zazo, who is anchoring the panel. He's supported by Senator Ibrahim Ida, Waziri in Katsina, and other members of the panel. We have Hajia Saudatu Sani. Sani was a number of times member of the House of Reps and a special advisor to the President. We also have Professor Binta Abdul Karim. She's the President and Vice Chancellor of ABU. We have Dr. Hakim Baba Ahmed. And we have Babayoro Tambo. These are members of the panel. The activity is put together by a steering committee. We have Engineer Abubakar Umar sitting here. We have Professor Mohamed Yahayakuta, who is heading the rapporteurs. We have Malam Bukal Verma. We have Dr. Shaibu Shehu Aliu, the director of Arewa House, and my humble self. Sorry, there's Haji Arabi Tola, who is a president of the Anthem Arewa. Now, before we start, we have also the representative of the youth group, leadership of the youth groups. There is Murtala Abubakar, who's heading the Joint Action Committee of Northern Youth Association. There. There's Shettima, who is Arewa Youth Consultative Forum. Yes, these are part of the groups that came to form this interview. We have ground rules for the interaction. Please, participants should maintain utmost discipline throughout the meeting, and utmost silence is required. Participants should be seated and remain seated unless recognized by the uncle to speak. There should be no loitering inside the hall while the meeting is in session. Please, aides of governors and other dignitaries, you can't stand on the aisle. Please find a place. When we're about finishing, you can come back to your principals. Please. Then, when asked to speak, participants should strictly respect the time allowed. Now, since this is not a political or campaign rally, hello? There should be no cheering, no jeering, no booing, and certainly no praise singing. Now, all questions from the floor should be made in writing and submitted to the anchor. Please, these are the ground rules. Now, Your Excellencies, our own meeting today is a peculiar one. The chief host, and who is also the governor of Kaduna State, is here with us, and also the chairman of Northern Governors Forum, Barrister Along, is also here with us, among other governors who are here. So we recognize their presence. Hello. All right. Now, the whole purpose Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Thank you very much. Please, please, please. Please. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Please, cameraman, please. Thank you, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, you have made our work easy. Thank you very much. Now, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the purpose of this interaction is that in 1999, the northern groups put together under Chief Sunday Awoni met President Obasanjo to discuss the issues of the north after the election. And he said he knew the problems of the north more than we all do. And so he refused to take any document or proposal from the north. When the late President Arewa became the president, he was also given a document expressing concern about issues of the north. Furthermore, when the current president became a president, a leadership of the north under also visited him and gave him what we consider as the northern concern. He did not comment, he collected the documents. So groups of the north decided to come together to interact with the candidates. At least for now, the 6 major candidates, we may have more later, to hear what they have for the country and to also hear what they have to address the peculiar situation in the north. This is the whole purpose of this. And the 6 groups that came together, the Arewa Consultative Forum, Samari Bello Foundation, the Arewa House, the Jamia Matan Arewa, the Arewa Research and Development Project, and the Northern Elders Forum came together to form this platform to give candidates the opportunity to discuss with us. Earlier on, we were supposed to have picked a candidate this morning. He declined based on the fact that he thought we were sponsored by any of the candidates. I am the chairman of the steering committee. I have not been contacted. I have not contacted either in open or in secret or any of members of my. So we are not sponsored by anybody. Discussion is going to be open and free. We have already taken 3. This is the 4th one. So for the benefit of generality, we are not sponsored by anybody. We are not here to validate the candidates of anybody. We are here to interact, to hear you, and we also hear us ahead of the election, so that it will guide our people on who to vote for. Thank you very much. I will now call on the chairman of the panel to come and welcome us. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على نبينا Your Excellency, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is my great honor and privilege to extend on behalf of the Arewa Joint Committee a very warm welcome to His Excellency Bola Tinubu, the Gagaba of Borno, the presidential candidate of All Progressive Congress APC. I welcome to this event the Gagaba most loyal disciples, as well as members of inner and outer support team. I welcome his friends and well-wishers. I also welcome our distinguished elders, honorable stakeholders, our guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I can hardly express how delighted we are with the acceptance by His Excellency Bola Tinubu to attend this important event by coming in person. His Excellency leaves no one in doubt about the importance and esteem on which he holds us, the people of Northern Nigeria. As you can see, the program is organized by all the major civic societies and socio-cultural organizations in Northern Nigeria. They include the Arewa Consultative Forum, the Arewa House, the Eendears-memorial Foundation, the Northern Elders Forum, the Eendears-memorial, the Arewa Research and Development Projects, and the youth organizations. These groups have different and separate identities, structures and operating cultures, but although different in many important aspects, they are united in the vigorous pursuit of peace, progress and development of Northern Nigeria within the context of the Federation of Nigeria. Their decision to come together and establish a single platform to which to engage closely the presidential candidates of the major political parties in the 2023 elections is evidence, if any more is needed, that the people of Northern Nigeria will stand together whenever occasions call for it in defense of their core interests. There is no doubt the 2023 elections in Nigeria are coming at a time of considerable anxiety and apprehensions. However, the issues and the challenges in Nigeria are not the same, nor do they affect all parts of the country equally. In many cases, such as insecurity and violent crimes, illiteracy, unemployment, general poverty, etc., situations in the northern states differ quite markedly from those in the south of the country. Obviously, our concerns and priorities reflect the challenges we face. Therefore, while we expect the meeting to enable us to state many of our various and serious concerns, it will at the same time allow us to listen to Your Excellency as you explain how you plan to address them when, inshallah, you become the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. To facilitate this dialogue, we have prepared a short memorandum to which we identify some of the major urgent issues and other matters of concern to northern Nigeria today. In proceedings, when all is well said and done, the outcome of this dialogue shall present a covenant between the incoming president and the northern Nigeria. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you very much, Chair of the. Usually, we take the comments from two of the organizations. We are going to get 2 minutes for Professor Ango Abdullahi and 2 minutes for Chief Adogbe, just to make just some remarks of encouragement. Two minutes, sir.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين. May I join the chairman of this event in welcoming our distinguished participants to this interaction. The former Governor and Senator Tinubu to the event, and at the same time welcome all those who have come on his entourage and all those that have come here not only to see him but to share with him some aspects of why he's here. So it's our pleasure, as already been adequately explained by the Master of Ceremony. The northern groups have put this together for us to interact with the governors, the leaders, political leaders and so on, rather than see them on posters only, or sometimes on television, or sometimes in the newspapers. We like to perhaps see them eye to eye and exchange some views. Some of these views may be different from theirs, but all the same, I think it's going to be very helpful in the interest of the nation. Particularly, this is a very, very difficult country. May I end by sympathizing with whoever becomes the president of the country, because I'm not going to find it easy at all. Thank you.
Chief Adogbe.
Mr. Chairman, our distinguished guests, Your Excellencies, the ministers, and Your Excellencies, the people of Nigeria and people of the North. Thank you for coming. We are here to make some requests and ask some questions. This country is passing through very severe problems today, as you know very well. The economy, the decline in the value of our currency, and we keep wondering, when will it stop? We are told that people wanted to reach 1,000 naira to $1. You were here many years ago when the naira was $1.50. The devaluation of the currency is the same as the devaluation of the people of this country. Our lives have gone down very badly. How do you handle it? Number two, how do we improve on the management of local governments? Many of the governors here will tell you that they have challenges in the governance of local governments. Can we improve on that? Because many of us grew under the native authorities in this country when there was no allocation from anywhere. The native authorities did very well. Can we go back to that stage? 3, the youths and the women. We will never make progress if we lock away almost 70% of our population. Women and youths have to be included at every level. And finally, I was in India 5 years ago when Narendra Modi, the current Prime Minister of India, was governor of the state of Gujarat. He sent me to a local government in India where I saw 1,000 industries in a local government. Your Excellency, if by the grace of God you become president, these are some of the issues you have to deal with. Because if the local governments don't make it, there will never be peace in the cities. The young boys and girls will migrate either to the cities or to the forests and give us enormous trouble. May that day never come. God bless you while we await your answers.
Thank you very much. We've listened to a few of the leaders of the groups. We are now going to take the main event, which is to the address by the presidential candidate himself. 2 things. Item 3 is that we're going to introduce the candidate. But the Ashwaju doesn't need any introduction in Arewa House. I am sure you don't need any introduction. So, but I will create the indulgence. He's not asking me, but I know that some time ago he had some surgery in the knees. I hope after, if you want to sit down, you can sit down, but if you want to stand, it's your choice, sir. You will stand. Okay. You're welcome, sir.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Your Excellencies, let me first of all apologize for the entire dignitary and the organizers for arriving a little late. Due to the need, my excuse is that I respond with my friends to the call to prayers. And ask Almighty Allah, who made it a very important portion of our prayer, Eendears-memorial. It is necessary for me to have that courage and the guidance for a crowd of this nature
from the smallest to the oldest. Your Excellency, the Governor of Plateau State and the Director General of our Presidential Campaign Council, Simon Bakola Long. Thank you. The National Chairman of our party, the APC party, who is ably represented by Senator Abubakar Kari, the Deputy National Chairman. His Excellency, the Governor of Kaduna State, Madam Nasir El-Rufai. Let me at this stage correct some people who didn't understand idioms and synonyms. I say, Madam Nasir, turn a rotten situation to a bad one. It's an achievement. Something you gave up on, rotting beyond salvation. And you now say, there's life, is bad. Before we came in, we thought here is a forest of killers. But ever since, he has reduced that unmanageable situation, that rotten situation, to a livable environment and chase worse people. What are we looking for? Progress, to turn it from bad to good, to build on it, to become the best. That is why the first phrase in our Constitution started with "we the people." We are encouraging you, Nasir, to keep on the good job, and we'll be with you with the prayer. Help me tell them you understand better English in colloquial manner. His Excellency, the Chairman of the Progressive Governor, the Governor of Kebbi, Abubakar Atiku Bagudu, the Excellency, the Governor of Jigawa State, Mohammed Badaru Abubakar, the Excellency, the Governor of Nasarawa State, Abdullahi Sule, the Excellency, Governor of Katsina State, Aminu Bello Masari. My running mate is right. I could see him up there. Welcome. Thank you for the job you are doing, and thank you that you is a great more to salvage the country. I could see many of you, could see Adam Oshiomole, and all of you. Take it that I recognize you and respect you all. Adiza, who worked diligently with me for today to come. Thank you very, very much, Adiza. The representative of the governor of Kogi and others are here. All former governors are here. Distinguished senators, members of the House of Representatives, elder statesmen, and the organizers of today. Some gossipers have tried to blackmail you or induce us not to attend because you predetermined your endorsement. We say, so what? The best job a confidence group should do is to go ahead to convince people of the promise of today for a better tomorrow. And we are here. The leaders of Arewa Consultative Forum, Sir Ahmadu Bello Memorial Foundation, Arewa House, Arewa Research and Development Project, Jamiat Shiman Machem Arewa, Northern Elders Forum, members of the fourth estate of the realm, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to be here. I could see the omission of Zamfara State Governor. Yes, that one is my son, Bello Mutawali, and Governor of Yobe, Nema Labune. Thank you. If I miss you, it's not intentional. This is not about protocol. This is about nation building. And this is my remark. I begin by commending you, the organizer, of this auspicious event for bringing me back to Arewa House. I'm not a new person here. I've been here for several engagements like this. Now that it is time to focus on various activities you've done in the past and focus on advancing the interests of this country and its people, our people, through dialogue and exchange of ideas. As I said, during the time I chaired the Eendears-memorial lecture last year, I have a solemn feeling of responsibility and duty to our country. Every time I am here, standing here evokes the memories of great leaders and fathers of this nation. The late Sir Ahmadu Bello, the late Salaona of Sokoto. The contribution of Sadauna to this nation building remain a reference point for us all. He was a visionary builder of men and institutions. The dream of Sadauna, even though cut short, is indeed the that of our other great leaders. such as Chief Obafemi Awolowo, Dr. Eendears-memorial, and our first and only Prime Minister, Sir Abubakar Arewa. Their dream was to one indivisible and prosperous nation built on a shared value of patriotism, equity, justice, and brotherhood. Somebody was trying to sell you short. I disagree. If you started your campaign from Uyo and you come before this audience and you say you are the only northerner, you've lost the election. It is therefore no coincidence that at independence, this is the vision of our leaders is extrapolated well in our first national anthem. And I can walk through some part of it, which quotes, though tribes and tongues may differ, in brotherhood we stand. This is a strong statement which acknowledges our diversity and therefore existence of different perspectives and interests, and how that should not stand on the path of progress, unity, and brotherhood. On the path of we the people of a united Nigeria, unbreakable. The famous of this anthem, may God rest their souls. We crave to know that since it's 2 years after, someone will come to this hallowed platform to campaign on the basis of tribe or where others come from. And one of you, yes, I have no control that I'm a Yoruba boy. I'm a city boy from Lagos. But the joy of it all is the fact I didn't choose myself. I didn't choose to come. I applied to come. I joined the Congress with great minds backing me. The Northern Governors Forum said, oh, power is truly not served a la carte. Let's support a Southerner, no matter who he is. And they made that promise. They made it stick. They stand on it firmly. And that is how I emerged. I beat them silly. They are all here. Whatever name you call them, they are here. They are great people. They brought me here. They are standing with me. They know I can do the job. They improve my confidence. to come back to our vital topics of the day. Why do you want to run? Or why are you running? Or what are you running for or from? I'm running for uncertainties. From West Stages, I am here recognizing the supremacy of security, placing security as the first and only first item for life and property. If you give me the mandate, my administration will give it all the attention necessary to consolidate on the recent investment in our security already being done by the President Muhammadu Buhari. I promise you, anything I say out that will show you that I am a promise keeper. Go back to my track record. I don't fight my leader in the public. Some leaders have done it before. Abuse each other in public, insult each other, waste our program, dash our dream, and we are back to square one. As you are aware, security is the foundation of resources. I am committed to mobilizing all assets within our national power to secure Nigeria. We did this in Lagos through many initiatives, especially the Security Trust Fund. Though we address many needs of our country, the forces which help to sanitize Lagos are in Lagos in conjunction with the federal government. When I assumed office in 1999, the situation I met was basically a case of banditry where urban gangs ruled the streets. I returned the state to a state of law and order and rule of law. The state is still there. And one of the candidates running against me lives in Lagos. That's Peter Obi. If you ask Atiku, where is your other valuable asset? He will say he has one on McDonald Street, Lagos. Back on focus, because I've been warned to stay on script. We will address the welfare and training needs of our security personnel, strengthen our security institutions with modern technology, necessary equipment to better position them to respond to modern challenges that we face in a fast-changing world. Under my leadership, the Nigerian military will receive much-needed injection of training personnel to strengthen the heroic effort of the troops, and we will reinforce them with best technological equipment. They are available. We are short in numbers. The ragtag bandits will not defeat us. We will defeat them. We will eliminate them. I can assure you, no inch of this country boundary will be yielded to ragtag bandits. Your anxiety, as I stand before you, is shared by me, and that anxiety will evaporate as soon as you elect me the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I'm aware of the recent resolution of Northern governors and traditional rulers on the issue of state police. However, it is pertinent to note that the issue of state police, just like the larger debate around restructuring, is a constitutional matter that requires consensus building. I must say here that restructuring means different things to different people. That's why those who understand, who didn't understand the meaning of restructuring did not even follow up on a very good job done by El-Rufai on this. Malam Nasir El-Rufai, I thank you for that job. If nobody did. But it should be noted that my aspiration to lead the country is a testimonial for my strong belief in the unity and indivisibility of Nigeria as a country. These, however, are matters that require consultation with critical stakeholders, which include the Council of State, legislatures, judiciary, state government, traditional institutions, and groups like yours before we do. I am willing to listen to all opinions to help us arrive at a definite stand that will be in the interest of the country. We will mobilize resources to enhance the welfare of personnel and provide the right equipment and training required for them to secure us all. We will sustain ongoing efforts of increasing the boots on the ground, commensurate to our geography and population. This recruitment will be tailored to suit the need for specific cadre and expertise for each organ of the security architecture. What I can guarantee you is that throughout this period, and I stand before here, I'm making you a promise that will be fulfilled. For us, we are sitting on a gold mine with abundant natural resources. with strategic investment in research and development and effective management of resources, we will exploit and exploit our resources to the fullest. There is no local government in this country where there is no resource or endowment that can be harnessed for greater economic development. If it is only cassava self, there are so many extractions and economic opportunity that we can bring out of a cassava tuber. Our major economic challenges are underinvestment, the ineffective management, and these are what I am bringing to the table. A good experience, can-do attitude, thinking and doing it. Our economic plan, we utilize the vast natural resources we have through strategic investment in infrastructure, which will lead to the diversification of economy and wealth creation across the country. We will pay attention to modern economic drivers such as digital economy, creative industry, sport, entertainment, all sectors for the benefit of our young people. The APC federal government has taken several measures to build infrastructure and improve on ease of doing business. This has been completed by effort of some of our states. They are working to attract investment in diverse sectors of the economy. They will be encouraged by the federal government. Under my leadership, Nigerian government will be business friendly. We shall support private businesses in our country and extract foreign direct investment to create jobs, accelerated industrialization, and accelerated economic development. It is the duty of federal government to create incentive and support successful ventures that we absorb our millions of youths. On power sector, power, which is perhaps the greatest invention of man, of humanity, in the last 1,000 years. Power is essential for human activities. There can be no industrial revolution without power. I hope we get that one right. I will prioritize strengthening of our existing power reforms as a catalyst to sustain industrialization. Aside the ongoing power intervention of federal government, I know that 19 northern states and FCT have incorporated a special purpose vehicle to build 100 megawatts of solar projects per state to complement the power generation across this country. These are the kind of initiatives I will encourage and support to revamp industrialization. You just don't forget. Available infrastructure in Nigeria. These special vehicle purposes talk of 100 megawatt of solar project per state to complement others. I will encourage and support them and bring the new one so that we can revamp our industrialization. We will accelerate the completion of Mambila hydropower project, explore and construct other sources of power in line with global best practices. You have in your mind, maybe you will ask me the question, what happened to Songeru, Kaduna River, 950 megawatts? Lokoja, Niger River, 200 megawatts. Makodi, Benue River, in hydro, can provide 1,000 megawatts. We are not going to forget all of that. I just give you 3 examples. Industrialization. Added value is my forte. Using my experience of building human capital, industries, and institutions, which has led Lagos to be one of the largest economies on the continent today, I will reposition our existing industries and make them a competitive source of industrialization and growth, not just for the North, but for the entire country. It is time to fetch water from a dry well. Don't be afraid. The help is here, standing before you. Bola met Tinubu. I've done it before. I will do it again. We will find a way where there's no road. We will support you. We will build the Nigeria of your dream in your lifetime. It is a promise that you can depend on. I will ensure that we take advantage of our resources to convert cotton to textile, plant to pharmaceutical products, granite to edible oil, cassava to ethanol, research, and many other variables. We are talking of Dangote refinery and other refineries in Nigeria. You have not asked the question, why is Nigeria not the capital, plastic capital of Africa? When there are so much byproducts from refineries, why are we not leading other nations We find excuses upon excuses. No more. That is acceptable. No more. Agriculture and food security. In experience, in the last 7 years, we have shown potential of agriculture in solving the problem of unemployment, boosting our GDP. For example, recent investment in rice value chain has led to the spring up of several rice mills across the country with attendant wealth creation and reduction in import bill. The North has a great advantage in this regard. It's a large and abundant arable land. My vision for the region is to make it the hub of agribusiness in sub-Saharan Africa. We will improve investment in our livestock value chain. Specifically, subsectors like dairy industry that has potential of adding billions of dollars into our economy. That will receive significant attention. In collaboration with the private sector and the state government, I will do my best and make a heavy investment in post-harvest storage and processing facilities. We can significantly increase the value of what we produce to ensure optimizing the full value of their produce. We will utilize commodity exchange, guaranteed return on investment to encourage farmers. Farmers are reaping some benefits from the program, anchor borrowers and all of that now. But we will do more, encourage more with guaranteed prices by the Commodity Exchange Board and Investment. We will make available funds for research and development. Those academicians, you are here, sharp your tooth, bringing your research and discoveries forward. Let's make it in Nigeria. Solid minerals. There is a lot of wealth beneath the land of numerous northern states, like in many other Nigerian states, from gold in Zamfara to lithium in Nasarawa, nickel in Kaduna, and iron ore in Kogi, among others. We are not yet utilizing the full potentials of these items. Mr. Coordinator, give me time to finish my paper before we fight. My administration will continue to exploit and invest in oil and gas opportunities that exist in Benue through the Chad Basin and other prospective locations. We will also ensure the competition and the completion of the ongoing AKK project and Trans-Saharan gas pipeline. Why are we not investing, raising long-term funds, and that pipeline that will lead our gas, LNG, to Europe and compete with the Russians and say we don't have enough revenue? You invest money to make money. We will do it. We will change the trend. We know how. We know how to do it. Don't listen to the group of cannots. We don't fail before the exam starts. The question of the out-of-school children. Millions of my children are currently roaming the streets instead of being in the classroom. Unfortunately, majority of these children are in the north. This is unacceptable. I will work hard to turn around these statistics. My administration will invest heavily in infrastructure to allow for proper integration, partnership with developmental partners to provide alternative access to education and vocational to these particular demographics. I am aware that already federal government has secured funding from our development partners to support states to address the problem through the following initiatives. BESDA, funded by World Bank with $600 million. Bilingual education, funded by Islamic Development Bank with $100 million. Out-of-school children, jointly funded by World Bank, UNICEF, and Islamic Development Bank with $500 million. Agile, funded by the World Bank with $750 million. These initiatives amount to $2.2 billion of funding secured by the current APC government to assist the comprehensive solution to the problem of our out-of-school children. There is another basket of UBEC. The fund amounts to $160 billion available to support basic education across the country. We encourage the out-of-school children. We will give them incentive, including feeding. There is nothing wrong if we employ the Almajiri teachers and allocate 4 hours to them, or 1 hour. Say, okay, bring those children to the class. We will allow you from 1 hour to 4 hours to give them Quranic education if that is what you want. But let them learn Western education as well. It's halal, not haram. There are another topic that I have to address. That is the tackling corruption. Corruption is hydra-headed challenge to us. but we will fight it. Not just fighting by putting people in jail only. Let us look at the causes and the problem of corruption too. I disagree with so many of our bankers not giving incentive to credit borrowing. You want to buy a house? They say 8 million. You want 8 million at a go? How are we not steal? And I need a house. If you establish mortgage and secondary mortgage and trade in that instrument, you can pay 150 million for the next 25 years. You remove the incentive from stealing. You need a car. You go to the car seller. You want a car of 4 million or 5 million naira. He wants you to pay cash. The best favor he could do to you is to pay 2 times. Are you not going to invest your money in the class or in the civil service if you have to pay 5 million cash for that car? Whereas, if there's credit assurance industry that has created so many jobs and opportunity for others, maybe you have car notes of 100 naira only. So you don't bother to steal. You don't bother about corruption. You won't. You'll be satisfied. We must change the method, change the strategy in order to make corruption free society. Drawing inspiration from General Yakubu Gowon, that keeping Nigeria warm is a task that must be done. I assure Nigerians from different backgrounds, our tribe and tongue may differ, but we will not break up this country. My political history is full of examples where I have abiding support for the North. From late Shehu Yaradua. I'm standing before you saying this. It's okay. I'm standing before you saying this. Even my greatest rival today met me with Yaradua. Atiku Abubakar met me with Yaradua. I was one of the youngest, brilliant strategists of late Shehu Yaradua. He was just out of custom that time. Ask him to go and read the civil service regulation. They asked him questions. How did you make money? He said, from selling cars. Can you, as a civil servant, involve in other trades and businesses? No. You have attracted disqualification. You don't deserve to compete with others. Drawing inspiration, I've said that. My political history is full of examples of long, abiding support for the North. No Ribadu was on our platform. I've supported Atiku Abubakar in 2007. Then don't blame me if I ask for the payback period. It's payback. Let him endorse me now. Instead of conducting rally around Kaduna while I'm talking to great people here. So it's credit. The North is paid back in good measure. I am the flag bearer of our party today, partly because of the decision of the Northern APC governors, who rose to the occasion by standing up for our country and unity of our people against primordial consideration. I thank them again and again. By so doing, they have demonstrated that indeed the North is a region that keeps its word and always promotes justice. Not only Quranic teaching, permit me to restate that I have the competence, the knowledge, experience to provide good leadership to the country and run it very well. I come to seek your confidence in me. I am not an island. However, I have demonstrated the capacity to attract men and women of great mind who can think and perform, who can build a nation. I can make reference to Igbo Atlantic in Lagos now. It's the one of the most audacious projects that this man will embark on. Federal government, year after year, had pumped sand and some stone concrete to stop the surge. My uncles, they will take black cows and pigs to the river, that the spirits want something. It's a lie. Science defeated it all and made it possible. With the support of Almighty God, you will want to live there. You will say and marvel if you go to Lagos. What is a co-Atlantic? That's the audacious, bold endeavors that I can embark upon. Just leave me to express my inspiration. Support me. To drive my imagination. Vote for me to become that minority president, Bola Tinubu, Jagaba Bogu, the city boy. I promise you, I will make our diversity a source of prosperity for our generations yet unborn. I'm confident it will happen, and I make that promise. You can rely on it. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you very much, Chief Bola Tinubu. We've all listened to him. While we started the program, the Vice President candidate came in. We welcome you, sir. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I will beg the indulgence of the chairman to tweak a little bit the protocol. We are... Hello? Press, can you set your cameras and sit down? We have the chairman of the Northern Governors Forum, and this is a northern event. So we are going to give him 2 minutes to just say a word or two. Being a northern event and being the fact that he's present here, I'm not calling you as the DG of the campaign, I'm calling you as the chairman of Northern Governors Forum to come and say a word or two. He's also supposed to be my friend. I don't know about now.
Your Excellency, the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress. Your Excellency, the vice presidential candidate. Your Excellencies, governors of Northern Nigeria who are here. Your Excellencies, our great leaders of the North. I say leaders will include both youth and the women. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am standing now not as the Director General of the campaign, but as the Chairman of the Northern Governors Forum. First, let me add my voice to say that all the governors are very happy that today what the elders have been telling us, you are putting it into practice. Charting the direction for the North. As we go into 2023, those of us that have been admonished to carry out from the footprints left by our great parents, starting from the late Sardauna, Tafa Balewa, the General Gawans, and all of them. We are very happy. We see hope in the next generation. We see great hope in the next generation. Somebody, a father said here, that there is no hope. But for those of us that are here, and the kind of leadership that we are expecting in 2023, which to me is already being exhibited today, there is hope for Nigeria. And that hope is what we stood for. I will say that we are not disappointed when we stood firmly and agreed that the leadership must shift to another angle. The leadership must shift to another angle. We believe that everywhere in Nigeria, we can always create good leadership. Today, by the grace of God, I said I am not speaking as Director General of the campaign, but we see that leadership coming from somewhere. My prayer is that the North will remain united, irrespective of religion or ethnic affiliation. I pray that God will give you, continue to grant you, especially our leaders, long life, so that you will stand and move to you for a greater North. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and God bless Arewa, God bless the North. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Simon Lalong, Governor of Plateau State, Chairman, Northern Governors Forum. Again, I will send this brief of protocol by calling our chief host. I mean, all these bodies that you see on the board are resident in Kaduna, the North Center of the North. There is no way we'll come here and the governor is present. I will not listen to him even if it's for 2 minutes. Your Excellency, my teacher, and my friend, welcome to our 2 minutes.
Your Excellencies, Your Royal Highnesses, distinguished and honorable members of the National Assembly, honorable members of the State Houses of Assembly, honorable ministers, honorable commissioners, other senior government officials, last but not the least, our women and our youth that are here, good afternoon and welcome to Kaduna, the political capital of northern Nigeria. I want to begin by appreciating our elders that are here and the organizations representing various opinions in northern Nigeria that put this engagement together. It is quite commendable, and I would like to suggest to our elders that henceforth this should not just be a private initiative, but should get the full support, endorsement, and financial contribution of the Northern State Governors Forum. Because this is not partisan, this is multi-partisan, this is trying to present the case of Northern Nigeria across party lines. So I think it's beyond a private initiative that these organizations have to struggle going around for funding and so on. I'm quite sure that the next set of governors will be quite happy to support this kind of initiative 4 years from now by the grace of God. I want to thank Bola Tinubu for resisting all entreaties that he should not honor this invitation. He was told that this whole arrangement is meant to endorse a particular candidate. But he insisted that even if the arrangement was to endorse a particular candidate, I will come and I will change their mind. We thank you for your courage, for your confidence in our people, and for coming here to present your case. I'm speaking as your host and governor of Kaduna State, so I will not campaign for my candidate. But you all know who it is. It is Bola Tinubu, and by the grace of God, the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. When the northern APC governors met one Saturday evening and took a position that we insist that in our party, power must rotate to the south. We did so out of the understanding of our sense of history. We always ask ourselves as northern governors, what would Sir Ahmadu Bello do in the circumstances? What would Tafawa Balewa do? What would Aminu Kano do before we take a position? Because we are the inheritors of that legacy. The 19 northern governors and the Minister of FCT are the direct inheritors of the legacy of Ahmadu Bello Sardauna of Sokoto, Allah ya masa rahama. We are conscious of that burden of responsibility, and that is why when we debate to take decisions, we have these illustrious sons of northern Nigeria as our reference point. And we took that position without regard to the interests of some people who insisted that after 8 years of President Buhari's tenure, he should be succeeded by yet another northern. We felt as northern governors that this is not in our character. We are not like that. We are people of honor and justice. This is what our grandfathers did. This is what our parents, some of whom are sitting here, did. And it is our duty to protect the sacred word of any northern politician. When we say we'll do something, it doesn't have to be written. We do it, we deliver on it, and that's how we started the process of delivering Bola Tinubu. We are confident that with the collective support of all of us, with the directed wisdom of our elders, with the energy of our youths, and the compassion of our women in northern Nigeria, we will make Nigeria great again. So I assure you, whatever you see here is real. We do not pretend. We have received you because we believe in you. And we will continue to do so till the very end, until you are declared the president by the grace of God. On this note, I thank the organizers once again and pledge on behalf of the Northern State Governors, some of whom are going for their second term, that we will support this kind of initiatives as Northern State governments, in a similar way that we came together as Northern State governments and decided to build 100 megawatts of solar power in each Northern State and the FCT on our own. We will support similar initiatives. On behalf of the government and people of Kaduna State, I wish everyone safe journey back to his destination, and I wish you very successful deliberations. I'll just end on one note. Your Excellencies, the organizers, our elders. In 2013, I went to Anambra State as an official of the APC to witness the by-election for governorship. Your next guest, Peter Obi, was governor. He got me arrested and detained for 48 hours in my hotel room. Now I'm the governor of Kaduna State. And he is coming to Kaduna. In addition to the police and the SSS, I have one mechanized division Nigerian army here. If I need to arrest and detain anyone. But we are northerners. We are civilized. We don't do things like that. I wish you all safe journey back to your destination, and God bless you. All right. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Let me crave the indulgence of the other governors that I think the event is for that of the candidate, not for them. So I think the two governors that spoke, I'm sure spoke on their behalf. Thank you very much. Now we are going to the last segment of the program, which is the panelists. The panelists will have some questions or some seek for clarifications from the candidate. I will now call on Wazir in Kaduna, the co-chair of the council, to kickstart that.
Your Excellency, the presidential candidate and your running mate, Your Excellencies, governors, deputy governors, and other functionaries, please allow me to stand on the existing protocol to save time. Please.
Sorry, silence please. Silence please. This is an important segment of the interaction.
Your Excellency, in your speech, you raised the issue of tackling out of school children. This is a very important issue of our concern to Nigeria, and in particular to the northern part of Nigeria. But there is a segment of that out of school children that have been estimated to be in millions. And that segment is what we call Al-Majris. Now the issue, these Al-Majris are Nigerians, all the privileges of being citizens of this country. The state governments have tried their best. They have done all they could, but the problem has remained intractable. Possibly because the resources required may be beyond the scope of state and local governments. There is need for a federal intervention. Now my question, Your Excellency, is this. What? Yeah. The question, Your Excellency, is what would you do differently from the federal side, out of the box, different from what successive governments have done in the past, to be able to address this problem in such a way that these vulnerable Nigerians, some of whom are just about 4 or 5 years old, what would you do to assist the state governments to ensure that the problem is addressed once and for all? Thank you, sir.
Okay, second. No, he wants to answer all the questions at the same time. At the same time, yes. Second question, Honorable Saudar Sani.
Your Excellency, sir, congratulations for emerging as the flag bearer of APC. Women, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Your Excellency, sir, statistics has shown that the Southeast have 79% literacy rate, South have 79% literacy rate, Southwest have 80% literacy rate. But sir, when you come to the North, North Central have 49.6%, Northeast 31.6%, 0.8%, and Northwest, where I belong, 29.6%. Sir, what can you do to change or make it better that women and girls in the North have access to quality education and can also be voted and vote? Did you hear me? Sir.
Thank you very much. Do you have a question? No.
Your Excellency, Babiola Muhammadu Togo, Bangwatas Viola. I wish I would have a lot of time to engage on a lot of issues that you raised here. Suffice, I just want to speak about power. In your speech, you made reference to the completion of Mambila. It has not been started, so the issue of completion is a different matter. We have to start it before we complete. The AKK has been there for ages, I think. And it appears to me this government will come to an end before the completion of the AKK. The founding fathers that we've been making reference to made the Kaduna-Kano corridor the industrial hub of the whole North, and it was deliberate. When other areas were supplying raw materials and so on and so forth. Lack of energy. So lack of energy has ensured that all the industries within these corridors are no more, thereby creating a pool of the elements who are today posing threat to our lives and security around this area in the name of either banditry, terrorism, or such other things. Your Excellency, these two projects that you mentioned, the AKK and Mambila, are we sure that it can be delivered in your tenure? Thank you, sir.
Okay, Professor, we're trying to put all the questions together so that, because we're...
I know. Your Excellency, the presidential aspirant of APC. Candidate. Thank you very much for the correction. Mine is on environment. Northern Nigeria and Nigeria as a whole is going through serious issues of the impact of climate change. Flooding, aridity, species invasion, and so on and so forth. Yet, we have ecological fund and we have NEMA. Please, in your own blueprint, how would you assess such agencies that are failing Nigerians? Because as it is now, they are doing a post-mortem when climate change has already revamped or messed up communities. Lokoja is underwater. Jigawa State, Taifa Grass, this and that and that, and yes, we have agencies. Please, what's your blueprint to really make these agencies?
It covers most of the things that I would have asked you. Why should the North trust you? Because you have said all the reasons why the North should trust you. If you become president, you will be succeeding another APC president. The question in the mind of Northerners, which you would help to answer, is to assure us of what you will do differently from what the president you are going to take over from is doing. We want to know how you will solve our security problem. Our back is against the wall. We want you to tell us what you will do about the North, that the economy of the North has crumbled, sir. When you become president, would you need to put timelines? But we want to know if you will be different from President Buhari or you will continue with doing what President Buhari is doing. And if you are going to do it, sir, when and how are you going to do it? This is what the North is interested in. Thank you.
Thank you very much. From the panel, we've discussed, but all the issues that are already addressed in his address, he may just brush over them, but those that are new, he will elaborate if so wish. Your Excellency.
Well, first of all, I will respond to what will I do on an advisory system. It's classified into two by me. Some are nomadic, some are sedentary. It's a matter of collaborating with states, nation building, give operational guidelines in the Constitution, and assign responsibility. But nowhere in the Constitution has it forbidden collaboration. Nowhere in the Constitution that I want to buy land from state government because they are the custodian, the trust of land is in their custody. Buy land, build houses, offer job to build schools, offer job to the elementary teachers, and extend the school feeding programs in collaboration with the state to those students. If only 1 hour or 2 hours of learning a day, you will improve their life. If you allow the elementary teacher an engagement like any other teacher engaged for vernacular, what we are learning from the Holy Book is Arabic language. Otherwise, there are many things We can do the same way, but differently. We will, with strong determination. You need to invest in the classroom. You need to have a clinic there. I've done it when I was short of teachers in Lagos. No one wants to go to the rural area. Then I build clinics for them. And I give them extra allowance as an incentive to do it. We can do it. Human mind can change. You can enforce those changes without cane, antagonism, and guns. You can eat a good banana without the peel. We will build it. I am determined. It's a shame for people not to understand that education is the greatest weapon against poverty. We do it, I promise you. The literacy rate is the same thing. We have a very challenging literary rate in Lagos, which is going down now. I am very, very proud of what I did. I am the son of the market woman leader of blessed memory. My mother is a good woman. May God grant her eternal fidelity. I went to a meeting in her house, and this woman approached me for 2,500. I said, what do you do? She said, Bola, roasted plantain. And she said he had a third child that will drop out of school because they cannot pay WAEC. And I asked my mom, what do you think? He said, pay it. I didn't know that I've opened the cancer wall. I promise. Before the following time, I started paying WAEC for all students, all inclusive, whether you are Igbo, Hausa, or anybody. If I want to compete for House of Assembly or House of Rep, I won't say because I am a woman, I give you way. But if you struggle well, and the party make special concessions, we can recruit more women because they work better. And I assure you, we will do that. You are the best voters I've ever encountered. I praise you, women, loyal, dedicated, and hardworking. Just get your PVC ready. You will get an improvement in recruitment. Yeah. Mabella AKK. You asked me this question to drag me out on financing. What is delaying is financing. Nothing more. We have not been able, and I assure you as I'm sitting down here, we have not been able to create long-term money for long-term projects. Why? Give yourself an example. You have a house where you are sitting on a CFO, certificate of occupancy, tenured for 99 years. Isn't it? If you have a bond financing of 30 years, variable value, variable interest, and we give it a foreign guarantee as a nation, will we complete those two projects? There are so many ways to skin the cat. We are coming up with an unbreakable team of performers who are dedicated to the future of this country. If we want to play Ludo, I'm not part of that. But we want to play finance, project completion, audacious programs that will bring development to this country. We will do it. Take it and put it in your pocket. Another question. When? I think. Oh, the climate change. Prof. It's a question of how do you prevent a church rat from eating a poisoned Holy Communion? That's the way. We are a poor nation. The bank code will follow. They say firewood, not food. They say we need to plant more trees. And they are not giving us money. We need to open our eyes, shine it, and tell the West, if you don't guarantee our finances and work with us to stop this, we are not going to comply with your climate change. They'll do it. Oh, they are just going easy. I don't want, you see, there are a lot of media group here. There are certain things they're looking for. I'm not going to reveal everything. Allah. I'm pitched against my party leader, Buhari. I would like to do differently from Buhari. I'm different. I am Bola. He's Mamadou. He has laid a foundation based upon the constitutionalism. He has done well. How did PDP 16 years They forget that there's a railway line from Ido to Kaduna to Sokoto. They forget that the transmission line of electricity for 16 years. They forget that they need investment and services. Because Buhari is a gentleman, he just absorbs everything. I'm going to assure you, I'm not going to throw away everything that he has done into the garbage bin. I'm going to take those positive areas of it, work on it, and build a nation. This country is not about personality. It's about style. That is necessary to fulfill a dream. Here, I'm not supposed to get up and defend Buhari one way or the other. What is my party leader? He came with a vision. He came with a mission. There are so many of his programs that is all about Nigeria, and we will build on those foundations that is sound and sustainable. I tell you, when we want to deviate, we don't want to seek his permission. We just correct and move forward.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, again, we are supposed to close this program by 3:30 latest, but the vice presidential candidate of the APC is also here. And since we have the privilege of having here, we'll give him 2 minutes to just make a remark, and then Wazir Katina will now give the vote of thanks. Thank you very much. Sorry.
The panelists. Right now we are
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, for want of time, I crave your indulgence to stand on established protocol. To paraphrase the late John F. Kennedy, to some generations much is given, of other generations much is expected. I believe this generation of northern Nigerians have a rendezvous with destiny. And Martin Luther King said, the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands at times of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. I am a son of the North, from the cattle country of the far North. I stand before you with all honesty and with a clear conscience that the road that led us to Ashwaju, Bola and Tinubu did not happen by chance. This is a man who had shown a ferocious penchant for investing in nation building and national cohesion, and is not bound by toxic ethno-regional sentiments, and yet known for outstanding leadership. While others sees opportunity for division, he sees opportunities for collaboration. This is a man, in 4 electoral cycles, he supported northern Nigerian candidates for the presidency of this country.
all right. Thank you.
And Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, there is honor even among thieves. There is honor even amongst politicians.
I want to commend the Northern governors for standing for justice, for equity, and fair play. The world has changed. People are talking of nanotechnology, of big data, of artificial intelligence. I dare say that the elder statesman, Waziri Lamido Pombina, doesn't have the skill sets to catapult the nation to the next level. Having a certificate from Kano School of Hygiene doesn't make one an expert on healthcare delivery. We are talking about addressing some of the core socio-political issues confronting this nation. I urge you, Nigeria is on the cusp of making history. And for us in the North, this is an opportunity for us to redefine the meaning and concept of modern leadership. And I want to address one other issue. This mischievous fixation on Ashwaju's hand status. He stood here on this platform and spoke for over an hour. The true hallmark of leadership is not the ability to carry a bag of cement, but the capacity to come up with robust solutions to a nation's problem. We are not in this race to prepare for the Olympics, but an institution that relies on the superiority of ideas and who has better antecedent and superiority of ideas than this revered gentleman sitting here. This is a man who transformed the fortunes of Lagos. We are all northerners here. 30 years ago, the fear of Lagos was the beginning of wisdom. Many a northern graduate of law were shying away from going to the law school, fundamentally because Lagos was a huge ghetto. Under his tutelage, Lagos is now the fifth largest economy in Africa, and is projected to be the third largest economy in Africa by the end of the decade. I beseech on you, let's rally around this gentleman, this man of honor and integrity. Let's vote for the Nigerian nation. Let's vote for the unity of this country. I rest my case. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I know by tradition, the group has put together a document that will now be presented to the candidates by the chairman of the panel. Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We now have the closing remark by Waziri Kaduna, Senator Ibrahim M. Ida. Thank you, sir.
Your Excellency, the presidential candidate and your running mate, Your Excellencies, the governors here present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to stand on the existing protocol. First of all, we thank the Almighty Allah for bringing us here to conduct the business of the day and to go safely. We thank the presidential candidate and his running mate for honoring the invitation and doing justice to the purpose for which we are here. We thank the elders, our elders who are here, who have defied everything, the heat, the stress to be here. We Thank you very much indeed. We thank all those amongst the organizers who have in one way or the other contributed to the success of this exercise. And finally, we thank the security agents as well as the press. And we do hope that when invited again, we will all come. To the organizing committee, we say very well done and thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Now, can we have, please, let's clear the podium, please. Let us clear the podium, please. Let us clear the podium, please. Can we have the national anthem? Can we have the national anthem, please? National anthem. Thank you very much. Thank you. That is